Hello and welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. It is, I believe, the 11th of March. I just did one the other day. I want to do one real quick. It's about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. It's about the state of Israel, or the country, or whatever you want to call it. And I've been watching these YouTube channels and these people debate Israel Palestine, as they call it. One was Peter Beinart. You remember him, the journalist? And he's talking about it's about dignity and it's about this. And it kind of reminded me, about a month ago I saw this show it on 30 for 30 ESPN. And it was about these Indians in Mexico, or natives in Mexico, if you want to be PC. And these people, part of their culture was running. They really loved to run long distance races, and they had, their own races, and then little by little the outside world found out about it, and many people from around the world, namely Americans, went to, they went there, they started participating in it. And one of these things is the Indians, a lot of them, is they run barefoot, right? So some of the Americans started doing that too, started running barefoot, and they filmed them, and they were talking about the advantages of running barefoot. And they were giving all these numerous advantages to run barefoot. And then they showed the film to the Indians. And the Indians were looking at them, are these people idiots? Don't they realize the reason we run barefoot is because we can't afford shoes? And it boggles the mind when I hear people talk about Israel and Palestine, and they have the solutions, and they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. All right? I was born in Israel. My family's are Israelis. I went back. I lived there 4 years. I was in the army. Do I claim to know the Israeli mentality totally? No, of course not. I'm not that arrogant. And that's Israel. They're westernized. And these people think they know the Arab mentality? Really? Do they believe that a woman should be dressed head to toe, covered head to toe? Do they believe gay people should be executed? Where is this arrogance that they know they're going to impose a solution because they know best? That's the height of arrogance, the height of prejudice and racism. They just don't realize it because they think, oh, I'm on the left. No, you're not on the left. You're idiots. Okay, please, don't call yourself leftist. The Arab world is a world that, do I understand it? No. What little I understand about it, goes from Iraq all the way to Morocco. There aren't really countries, they're just clans, hundreds of clans. If there are countries, Egypt is kind of a country, has an ancient history. Tunisia, I don't know. The other actual countries are like the Emirates. The reason the Emirates are countries is because each emirate is a different clan, so they do have their stability. And that's it. There's no such thing as a Palestinian. There's clans in Gaza, clans in Hebron, or in Ramallah, and Jenin. They don't even marry one another. All right? They marry their cousins. Do you as a Westerner think that's a good idea? Well, that's their mindset, and that's not yours. But you know what's best for them, don't you? This is so stupid, and it bothers me to no ends that people... And as a Jew, I can only see it as anti-Semitic. And what I hate recently is I see a lot of American Jews. Well, I'm Jewish, and therefore I can comment on this. Well, you're Jewish, but you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, so no, maybe you shouldn't comment on this. Why do people think they know best for others? And, oh my God, it's, of course you see the anti-Semitism. The UN is now going to... investigate Israel for war crimes. They're not going to investigate Syria because, only 400,000 people were killed there. Let's investigate Gaza. This is mind-boggling, totally mind-boggling. And by the way, the investigator, this Gambian judge, she was in charge of torturers in Gambia, but that's okay. Israel's the problem. Anti-Semitism is a distraction. That's all it is. It's not a leftist cause. There's no such thing as the Palestinians. And the people there don't even care. You think the Palestinians are actually occupied. They're occupied by foreign powers. Now I'm talking about Israel. I'm talking about Hamas. I'm talking about the PA. Hamas is associated with the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood. the PA, I mean, the PLO was outside the country for most of the time. The leader, Yasser Arafat, was an Egyptian, all right? And now they're there. They're going to impose their will. They're going to embezzle as much money as they can. That's the whole purpose. They don't give a shit about their people. That's why they fire rockets into Israel. They don't care that Israel fires back. Now, what if the actual people were in charge in Gaza? Then they would care. But no one bothers to try to understand the mentality. They just impose their Western values, and these savages, we know best what's good. We know what's good for these savages. They'll never use those words. They'll never admit it to themselves. That's exactly what's going on here. They just look down on these people and impose their solution, this westernized solution that has no place. What do the Palestinians want? They want dignity and that. No, they want a blue identity card. They want to be able to work inside Israel. All right, they're jealous of the Arabs in Jerusalem, East Jerusalem, who did get that. All right, they're jealous of the other Arabs inside Israel who, yeah, they have equal citizenship. They want a one-state solution, and they probably want a one-state solution with the Israelis in the majority, because this way they won't get fucked up. That's probably what they want. People care about their day-to-day lives. And I shouldn't say what they want, because I don't know. I shouldn't have that arrogance too, sorry. But certainly someone like Peter Beinart or some idiots who don't know their ass from the hole gun, don't start telling other people that you know what's best for them. You don't. You don't. You have no clue to what you're talking about. All right? Anyhow, that's my rant for the day. What else happened? The Democrats passed they didn't increase the minimum wage, because of course not. Their donors don't want to pay more money. They get money from Walmart. You think Democrats don't get money from them, or Amazon, or McDonald's? Of course they do. They don't want to pay more money, and that's their only reason. It has nothing to do with a filibuster or Joe Manchin. You know what? A real president would go to Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin probably has so many things that he's done. Every one of them does. And tell him, hey, you want to vote against the people? All right, I'm going to expose everything you've ever done. I'm going to make sure you end up in jail. Because that's where Joe Manchin belongs, in jail, not in the Senate. And that's true of 99% of them, maybe even 100%, who knows. All right, but the Democrats won't do it. They have their excuses. And, oh, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? Yeah, okay. That's it. Tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Click on that fist with the Japanese flag. Maybe I should change that. I don't know. This way you can subscribe. You'll get more videos if you want to watch them. If not, then you don't have to do that. And that's about it. Trotsky's out. Thank you.